What's up, Facebook? We're talking about Bitcoin going to $1 million. You're behind the scenes on this is a new show I've launched. This is episode 2 of my new Bitcoin crypto mentor mastermind. So I'm bringing in the smartest people in the world to mentor me, and then I'm sharing that with you on this new show. So, man, we got such a long thing. I had to write down everything about you.
Done a little bit.
Yeah, so I think the main thing people should know about you is you worked with science, you work with Brock Pierce, that's how recommended.
Yep. You
run a trading desk.
Yep.
How high is Bitcoin gonna go? By the way, if Brock recommends somebody, Brock's the chairman of the Bitcoin Foundation. I know he's good people, and so you've been trading since you were 11 in the stock market in general. Now you've switched over to crypto. So let's talk about this real quick. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff for those of you wanting to learn to buy and hold, but specifically how to trade this stuff. Okay, I texted one of my buddies last night, and he's one of the biggest basketball players in the world. He plays in the NBA. I won't say his name, but I texted him 2 months ago. I said, you should check out Bitcoin, and he was busy. And I texted him today. I said, it's tripled since that day. This guy could have easily dropped 10 million. He'd have made 20, 30 mil.
So many stories like that, Tai. It's just too bad.
It's crazy
stuff.
To
many people.
I know.
Hey, but guess what?
But is it going to keep going? What is your opinion?
All right, so my opinion, and this is what I'll tell you, and this is what I've told other people. Obviously, I can't give any actual advice of what to buy or what not to buy, but I can tell you how I feel and what I
you can say what you're doing.
My personal view of how this is going to go. So I think Bitcoin, with the trajectory I have seen it on and the way it has moved, I've been watching it since $20, $100.
So you started watching this at 20?
Oh, dude, that's when I first laid eyes on it.
Okay, what year was that?
That was like 2012, dude.
Okay.
This thing no one cared about it. Everyone thought I was crazy.
You basically buy a pizza with one coin, right?
Yeah. Like it was someone got 2 pizzas with 10,000 coins. I believe that was the first transaction, which is actually a joke.
I know, 2 pizzas. Whatever pizza place got those 10,000 coins.
It was a guy in Sweden. Because it was a
dude. Did he keep them?
I don't know. It was
if you kept 10,000, you'd be very rich. You'd be worth over $100 million.
A lot of early on people sold though.
Yes.
So this is just the beginning time. And I will tell you that very confidently. I don't know if Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million. I can't tell you that exactly. But what I can tell you is that the S&P 500 has done an inflation-adjusted 222% gain over the past 20 years.
Okay.
Bitcoin over the past 5 years has done about 7,500%.
Huh.
So,
it's insane.
Yes, and if you look at the chart, it doesn't look like a traditional financial chart, right? A traditional financial chart will have dips, troughs. It won't be a hockey stick. Bitcoin, the chart for Bitcoin looks a hell of a lot like the adoption chart of the internet early on.
So you think a better comparison to the stock market, because just to be clear, we have newbies here and we have those of you who are more advanced. To be clear, cryptocurrencies are not stocks, because stocks are equity positions in companies. Like you can own a part of Apple or a part of Snapchat. When you own a cryptocurrency, it's a little bit more like gold. You own an asset that is traded. It's limited in its circulation. There's only so much gold in the world. There's only so much Bitcoin. It's storable. It's tradable, but it is not a stock. But we can draw some parallels from it.
Absolutely.
So for somebody watching, you were just, by the way, for those of you, what's the link, the podcast link for the, I've been building a Bitcoin crypto paid membership, and William was just recording some amazing lessons, like with a screen share, just going like, here's how he trades, like here's the exchanges to use. Let's just I'm gonna do some blitz questions for the beginners, and then we're gonna get more and more advanced throughout this talk. Best exchange for a beginner to start to buy their first Bitcoin or Ether?
Absolutely Coinbase right now.
Okay.
That's where I'd feel safest telling my family or friends to go check out, just because it's the largest one. They are FDIC insured. You can go on there, and I know it's not going to crash that often. It's crashed a couple times over the past 10 months, but this is a new industry. These are all new companies, and there's massive influx of users.
Yes. They've gotten some insane amount. I mean, it's like
new wallets every day.
Sheesh.
And Coinbase has actually increased support staff 650%, I think, over the past month or something. But
so you start on Coinbase. Do you recommend, like Brock was saying, look, best thing, start at the largest market cap stuff and move your way down?
Absolutely.
You start with Bitcoin, then you go to Ethereum, then you go Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash.
Exactly.
So you agree with that strategy?
110%.
As opposed to trying to buy the little teeny coins because these are not highly traded.
Yes. There's low floats. They're not highly traded.
There's not much liquidity.
Not a lot of volume either, so you don't really know what's happening. You might see a price there. It says it's worth this, but it's on a very low amount of volume, so it's not actually there, and you're buying essentially nothing. So you want to be really, really careful here, and that's why it's best as a beginner, like Brock said, to just check out these big market cap coins. There's a lot of trading volume.
And you're advising with Brock.
Absolutely, I'm with Brock at DNA, so Distributed Network Advisors, which is their new firm. It's him and Scott Walker and a guy named James Glasscock. We're basically looking at ICOs all the time, advising them. Working
Brock
with the
was
teams.
telling me about this.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So this is ICOs, if you don't know, is instead of venture capital where you raise money up in Silicon Valley from people, this is actually raising money by people putting in their Bitcoin or Ether and buying your company's coin. Eventually, maybe Apple will have their own coin. Even Amazon will have their own coin.
Burger King did one in Russia, right? With Whopper coin.
I know, that's right. Why didn't they do it in America? Why did they do it in Russia?
Probably securities laws.
Yeah. But Russia has been kind of weird. Okay, so we've got that as the initial exchange. Do you recommend people pull off
of the exchange?
Because I was Vinny. There's a guy, Vinny Lingam. You should follow on Twitter.
Really smart guy.
He's a Civic guy, and he basically tweeted yesterday, you must take, if you have significant amounts, you need to take it off the exchange and put it in a wallet.
Absolutely.
What wallet do you like for people? The average, let's say beginner.
Beginner? Get a Ledger Nano. Ledger Nano is essentially a flash drive. Looks like a thumb drive, but it holds your crypto.
So it's like a vault. It's almost like you would keep it. It's literal cold storage. It's like a physical. Yeah. It's not physical, but it's like you have this physical thing.
And there's another company called Trezor also.
Yeah, Trezor.
Get them from.
Trezor.
Z-O-R.
Yep. Trezor.
Yep. And then put that in a safe or safety deposit box, and it's there.
What kind of safe?
Big safe, bolted to the floor.
Big safe, bolt to the floor. Fire. There's I forget what company makes one that if there's a fire, it seals.
Yes, love it.
You want that. Your house don't burn. Especially you live here in California. We got fires happening all over the place.
I hope everyone's safe right now. Also with that, and with the fire thing and the Bitcoin thing, man, you wanna make sure that your flash drive is safe because as we know, who knows? It might go to $1 million. I don't know.
Yeah.
No one knows.
But if somebody, but you should keep some on a wallet, on your phone or online too. You recommend, so you don't want to keep everything.
The vast amount of your stash offline. Yes. Offline, absolutely.
Where should they store it if they've got an app or if they're doing it on a designated?
You can keep it on Coinbase. You can keep it on your other exchanges. You just want to make sure that.
So you don't think you need to keep it on something like Jax or something, a wallet like that?
You can. You can. I keep it all around. I have it on there. I have it on.
So you kind of spread it out.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, and I like to keep what I'm trading on my exchanges, and I'll keep profits off my exchanges.
So let's talk about trading.
Yeah.
So many of you are following kind of the recommended advice, which is kind of more what I do, which is you're buying this thing like gold. You're holding it. You're not really trading it. One of my buddies literally WhatsApped me right now, right before we started the show. And he said, dude, let me see if I can find it. I'm not going to put his name because he'll have a heart attack. Oh, no, he texted it to me, sorry. Here, you can see he sent me a little Excel spreadsheet.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
So
it's a good day.
8,826. I'm not sure where the profit number is, but something like that. Are you seeing people making big money?
Obscene amounts of money.
And what type of coins are they trading?
Oh man, a lot of it's on this like stuff, the lower, not the top 10 market cap coins, but the coins under that. So the 20 market cap coins under that, for example, we saw a huge movement in XLM or Stellar over the past 3 or 4 days. I've been trading that heavily.
My buddy told people to get in it when it was at a penny or
Yeah,
something,
maybe.
and now this is like I had
A year ago, they were going to
yeah.
work for free.
I had a crypto. I invited 33 top crypto minds from around the world right here in my living room. We had dinner, and he was telling everybody get in, and it was at 1 cent. Now it's at 50. It was at 15 or something. 15x on his money. So
I absolutely love that one.
So you're trading smaller.
Yes, smaller
Smaller
ones,
cap.
but not the totally small ones.
Those got a couple 100 million market cap.
Absolutely,
Don't most of them?
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Stellar's right up there with the EOS's, those.
Yeah. Would you trade like something like Civic, which is a little smaller?
I have.
Civic's around, I think, around 100 million market cap.
Yeah, and I participated in Civic's ICO.
Do you think that's too low when you were talking about be careful of things with no volume?
Yeah, I think that one is fine. I think he has enough money pushing through that on Bittrex and the other exchanges it trades on. You could trade that. You could do it.
So walk me through the mentality. There's thousands of cryptocurrencies now.
Yeah.
When you're looking at a new one, how do you do your research? How do you look at the numbers and go, okay, this thing's big enough? Is there a volume threshold you're looking at?
Absolutely. I want to see listen, it depends on what I'm doing, right? If I'm going to go long on something, then volume doesn't matter to me because there's some set reason in my mind that I've gone long on this position and I'm not going to sell that position until that reason no longer exists.
Yes.
So the volume doesn't matter to me. I can just look on the order book. I'll say, okay, someone has this block of whatever 1,000 of something or 2,000 of something sitting there, and I will just take that out.
Where are you trading when you're looking?
Like Bittrex or Poloniex.
Okay.
Depends on what coin or whatever. I honestly have been using a Poloniex a lot just because that's where Stellar's been moving a lot. That's where a lot of the volume has been.
Yeah.
And I really like their interface at Poloniex. But Bittrex has more offerings.
Yeah.
As far as altcoins go. And I explained actually on that lesson that I just gave you.
What's
how
the
to use
link
Bittrex.
there? I'm gonna put a little link here for those of you who want to get in. It's just the link to my course for the podcast. That's gotta be. Let me get you guys on. Keep talking. I'm gonna grab that.
Yeah, so I kind of just showed how to do orders and just little things like that. But
Here it is. Sorry.
Yeah.
If you go to tailopez.com/Bitcoin podcast, one word, tailopez.com/Bitcoin podcast. That'll take you, for those of you who want to go through for 60 days, advanced trading. It's a training with the top mentors. Brock's in here teaching, William's teaching here. I've got people literally, some of the people don't want their names in it, but these are the whales that are teaching. So if you want to learn, there's so much misinformation out there.
Oh, it's horrible. I hate it.
And everybody, we got to talk about this for a second. Not only is there misinformation that is coming from the big mass media, but there's also everybody and their brother that bought a little Bitcoin that went up. They're now an expert.
Oh man, that's terrifying. That's exactly what's
That's
happening.
like on Twitter.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh my God. First of all, nobody's really an expert unless.
I'm not an expert. No one is.
No one. I have a couple buddies that I would consider, they're like the co-founders of the biggest coins in the world. Okay. Yeah. They're probably relative expert. They
won't tell you they're an expert.
No, but they won't say. But I mean, like they're
expert.
developing the blockchain technologies. Because you got 10 Bitcoin and you've now made a shitload of money. You may be an expert, but it doesn't necessarily make you.
Brock is a true expert for sure.
Brock is an expert. He's been in virtual currency since the 90s. Who do you consider the top expert?
Brock, guys like him, Jeb McCaleb. There's just guys who've been championing this stuff for a long time. I would consider myself an expert at this point just because I've been in it for so long and I've been just obsessed with it. And it's really all I think, eat, sleep, breathe, everything.
Yeah. And you're working with Brock at DNA, which is one of the, on the ICO. You've worked with the science guy. What did you do with science? You were doing.
So I built their trading desk for them from the ground up, and I was part of the founding team for that ICO.
Yeah, they were the science guys were here at that crypto mastermind.
Yep.
By the way, so science does regular business. They're like an incubator.
Talking about IOTA on here right now.
Yeah, let's talk about, so science, by the way, for those of you, because the point of this show is educating you. The more you learn, the more you earn. Science is a group, it's an accelerator, incubator. They did the Dollar Shave Club, which was sold for $1.3 billion, but they're also in the crypto blockchain ICO space. So you worked with them, developed their trading.
Absolutely.
So let's take some questions from that. Okay. IOTA. There's on my YouTube live. There is some people.
Saying, buy IOTA. You're saying
they're huge. Okay, I'm gonna move this a little closer, and you might want to move that camera a little bit. Yeah, so let's talk about What's your opinion? There's the IOTA guys have been talking, been popping in here.
I love IOTA. I think it's a great project. I think it's really cool. They have their thing going with Microsoft right now, which is cool. I think they also have something with Hyundai.
So talk for people who are at the very beginning, know nothing of what IOTA is.
Okay, so IOTA is just another protocol. But, you know, so basically you have like this basket of different protocols and coins in the top 30 market cap. And IOTA is one of them. So, you know, you have like your Stellars, your IOTAs. These are all just, these are protocol coins. So these are protocols that businesses will use to do different things. Like, you know, Microsoft Azure uses IOTA on their back into their payment systems, I believe. And then, you know, you got Stellar, they're in 30 banks. Ripple's in a whole nother menage of banks. So what it seems like now is a lot of these guys with these protocols, you know, different corporations, companies are testing out different protocols, and different people are choosing different ones to test on their ecosystem. So who knows what will happen? But everyone is trying different ones, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have EOS, which is coming out, and they have
EOS is Brock's,
Yeah.
which is a whole new. It's not a competitor to Ethereum, but it's a whole
new thing.
It's a faster. I mean, isn't the idea
awesome.
kind of be able to run like a Visa kind of level transactions?
Yeah, EOS I think will probably be the first scalable blockchain.
Yeah, because Bitcoin and EOS have a little bit harder time.
I'm
scaling.
very bullish EOS. I think it's a great project. Obviously, I'm close with Brock, and I just think it's great. It has nothing to do with my relationship with Brock. Why I think it's great though.
It's done over what, 700 million or something?
Mining.
At ICO?
There's no mining.
Okay.
Mining is ridiculous.
So let's talk about mining. So for those of you who don't know what mining is, can you explain a little bit, like there's Bitcoin miners and why you think it's ridiculous?
Okay, so like for example, right now, as we speak, literally sitting here, I think about $1 million, no more at this point in time, because this was a couple months ago. So a couple months ago, $1 million a day was getting spent mining Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Right.
Worldwide.
You're talking about on server costs.
Just on
Computational
power, everything.
powering. Yeah.
Which is insane. That's horrifyingly inefficient. Like, it doesn't cost $1 million a day to run, like, you know, gold mine.
Yeah.
So like, if you think about it, you know, these solutions that are coming out that don't involve as much mining, I think, are really interesting. Also, the way mining has come and developed into is this huge industry where there's monopolies, and it's a very centralized thing, right? Where there's a number of people, a small group of people, we'll call it, who control the vast amount of the mining pool.
Yeah.
And I don't think Satoshi or any of those guys initially planned for it to be so centralized. So mining should really be decentralized. And the reason that has happened is because of ASIC mining, and it basically became this arms race, right? So if it could be a way to go back to GPU mining on a lot of these smaller coins or something like that, which is just the graphic cards, right? And different devices
that would allow more people to be able to do
you
it.
have a device, right? Like, there's a charger. Like your phone, for example. Like your phone, you can find a way to mine with your phone.
But you're saying with EOS, there's no mining at all.
It's proof of stake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's just there's a certain amount there, and it's it's an enterprise grade solution, blockchain solution, and I think
it'll be out. I think in May or June, right?
June is the idea. June, I think they're pushing to have the first scalable blockchain.
Yeah. Right now. So let's see. Somebody said it's like fairy dust for the rich. Should I invest in EOS or I couldn't? Man, these are flying in here.
Flying. Steam. He's talking about Steam.
What is IOTA?
Cool.
We were talking about that. What about Ripple? Let's talk about Ripple for a second.
Yeah.
Ripple's a lot of conversation going on around Ripple.
Of course.
What do people need to know about? And by the way, we were talking about IOTA and we're talking about Ripple. These are not the top 3 coins, but are you trading those?
Ripple?
Yeah, Ripple.
I was in
IOTA.
a ton of Ripple for a while. IOTA I am trading.
Yeah.
Ripple is very flat. It kind of hangs around between 18 and 30 cents.
Yeah.
So it's not much of a trade there. It's a cool long play though. I love Ripple. I think it's a great technology.
So Ripple, you're going long on Ripple.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the stuff that you're trading. Are you how fast are you trading?
I trade a lot. Just depends on the day, man. Some days I'll just sit around and chill.
What's the most? You ever share any numbers? What's the most you made in a day, or what's a decent day for you?
I would not ever disclose publicly a decent day or the best day, but there are individuals out there in the
let's
field.
talk about other people that you know, but true stories that you know.
True stories. You know, there's individuals who clear hundreds of thousands of dollars a day. Not a single fucking problem with that.
Yeah.
Done.
Netting
it.
Netting hundreds of thousands a day.
Yeah. Like, it depends on how good of a trader you are, right? If you're really quick, if you can see something that others don't, if you see a pattern, this market.
So what's your philosophy on trading? Are you looking? Is it like technical trading, in the market? You're looking at signals and everything.
There's like the fundamentals here, just like who knows what they are.
Yeah.
Like, there's no traditional fundamental set.
So you can't be a value investor. You can be
technically.
You could go long on some of
these.
Like
guys like Brock.
Yeah.
Like this. Like, listen to what he says. That top 10.
Yes.
Right. You can go long on those. Absolutely, you can be a value investor. But what I'm saying, like, you can't be a value investor in the typical way that you would be on Wall Street. Like, for example, like lumber liquidators with their formaldehyde scam.
Yes.
A couple of years ago. If you, you know what I mean? You couldn't, like, for example, say a cryptocurrency, one of these cryptos had a formaldehyde scam.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell you could get me to buy that crypto with the formaldehyde scam at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
But lumber liquidators, they have assets, they have an existing business model that's been around forever. They could be a target for a merger and acquisition, who knows?
So you would buy a traditional stock, you could buy when the company had a irrational moment.
Yes, exactly.
Drops down because it has underlying value. But you're saying some of these coins, if it turned out it was all a scam. What's an example of a scam you've seen in crypto?
Well, if you go online, man, there's literally an Ethereum Ponzi scheme online.
Okay.
You can send your money to an Ethereum address and we'll send you more. But who knows when it's going to end? Someone is legitimately running it. So this is the industry where it's been, right? So
it's a Ponzi scheme. It's kind of like
they're telling you it is a Ponzi scheme.
So you go on those chairs, it's like the musical chairs, and if you're good as long as someone doesn't pull out the last chair.
Yeah. And they're openly marketing that this is there. So there's ridiculous things like that out there that nobody with half a brain would put their money in, but they're there. And I feel bad for anybody who has gotten involved with people like this. And these are just bad players who are taking advantage of a new industry with lots of new money, and they will slowly drip into the inferiority of time because
the word will get out.
Exactly, and slowly more legitimate players will enter the industry. And just like any other market that is new, the more legitimate players will enter, the markets will stabilize, price arbitrage opportunities will cease to exist, and the volatility.
Are there still price arbitrage opportunities?
Massive.
By the way, George Soros years ago made $1 billion in one day with currency arbitrage.
Which broke the Bank of England.
Yeah, he basically almost bankrupted England. But what he looked at, I think it was between, it was a Japan, UK kind of arbitrage. Yeah. And so for those of you who want to learn to make money trading actively, and I asked this to Brock. I said, Brock, what's your opinion on actively trading? He said, well, look, if you know how to trade, then in the traditional markets, then you probably can figure out how to trade in this market. If you don't know anything, don't just think you can trade and instantly make money.
No, you want to be really careful here, guys. And you don't want to ever risk more money than you can afford to lose. And you really want to be educated before you start taking a risk with cryptocurrency investing, as far as trading goes. I mean, you can buy and hold all day, but you don't want to start doing trades unless you have fully become educated on how to do this and you are very confident in yourself, because you can end up losing a lot of money very fast, and no one wants to do that.
Let's walk people through a trade that you might do. Let's pick a hypothetical so it's not exactly you. Somebody watching is a trader. They want to get some advice. This is, by the way, my new Bitcoin Crypto Mentor Mastermind. It's a podcast. It's my YouTube show. This is episode 2. Brock Pierce is episode 1. It's not even up yet on Apple iTunes.
There we go.
The Brock one is episode 1. Me and him talking for about 45 minutes on the future of blockchain, crypto. The goal of this show is to educate you, because this is a new wave. If you catch the wave early, there's a lot of opportunity to make a lot of money.
Guys.
It's early. Brock said it might be too early.
It's way early. People are like, I'm late. I'm like, I was saying that in 2014. I'm late.
You thought you were late in 2014.
Man.
One of my buddies yesterday, one of the big whales out there, I said, where do you think Bitcoin's going to go? He said, don't say my name, but I think this is going to 30 to 50,000 in the near future. That's his opinion. Just a disclaimer. That ain't a guarantee. You can lose. Don't, as you said, as William said, don't put money in anything that you can't afford to lose. Okay, the only thing guaranteed money there probably is, and even some people would argue that if you got less than 100 grand at FDIC insured bank, theoretically your money's safe, although inflation and the Federal Reserve can kind of hijack your money. But nothing's guaranteed in this world except death and maybe taxes.
Definitely taxes.
Although people getting around taxes in this world,
don't do that.
Don't do that. So let's walk through a hypothetical trade. Let's pick a hypothetical person. Somebody's got $1,000. Let's just start.
Great.
They want to trade quickly. They want to try to make some money on. Let's just pick a coin. So I'm going to pull up right now. You can just go to anybody listening. By the way, if you want the advanced, I'm actually doing a certification. It's not a college degree, but if you want to go through the paid mentorship that I have, it's this 8-week program. Brock's teaching and William's teaching. I'm bringing the best people. Go to tailopez.com/Bitcoin podcast. That'll take you to the correct page. All right, so I'm going to go here. We're doing our hypothetical. We just go to CoinMarketCap. Let's pick, and for those of you new to this, it's just a website that lists all of the cryptocurrency, or the most of the cryptocurrencies in order. So right now you can see Bitcoin is at 16,598, 277 billion market cap. Then you got Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, IOTA, Ripple, Litecoin. Okay, so let's look through here. When you're trading, are you looking past the top 10 usually?
Of course.
Okay, so let's keep going. Where are we looking?
When you go, I'll trade, I trade Steam.
Let's pick Steam. Let's just pick one.
Steam's
okay,
cool.
so we're going here. The market cap, number 30 exactly, is one called Steam. It's at $1.94. Okay, it's got almost a $500 million market cap, 478 million.
That's a really cool project too, Steam.
Yeah, Steam is kind of like the decentralized Reddit kind of thing too.
Yeah.
If you want good information.
Make money by posting good content.
Okay, so you guys are here. Is Paul and Alan doing this, Mel, or no? They don't have to be, I'm just wondering. Okay, so we can see the volume. You can see the volume, the 24. So what are you looking at?
Well, that's
here?
good volume right there.
So say it out just in case they can't see.
That's $11 million US dollars, or $11.5 million US dollars, or 701 Bitcoin.
Okay.
So that's comfortable, man. That's good volume.
What do you look for? What's too low?
Too low is, you got like 100 Bitcoin going through there. I'm not comfortable with that.
Okay, so if it's 100, this is at 700 Bitcoin. Anything under 100, for William, for him trading for his own account,
it's shady.
That's too low.
Too
okay.
low. I can't get in or out fast enough if something happens.
We're on CoinMarketCap.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then as far as like like for example, if a hypothetical person was trading, right? Mm-hmm. They saw that this was at $11 million today, but tomorrow, if it was at $22 million, if someone was trading and someone was a trader, they might look at that and they might say, wow, the volume has doubled over the past 24 hours, what's going on? Mm-hmm. So if someone was a trader and someone was a good trader and they saw that it had doubled, they'd probably want to investigate why that's happening.
So let's take it through. Let's say we fast forward, it's tomorrow, it's jumped to 22 million.
Yeah.
What do you do? How do you research that?
I would go out first, like just literally on Google.
So you just go to Google and type in Steam.
And I would see if some big, I just kicked that. If some big news had come out. And if big news wasn't there, I would go to Reddit and I'd go see if there was any whisperings on Reddit.
You would probably look actually at Steam. This coin is for a website called Steam. Yeah. So you would go to Steam, or you would go to Reddit, or you'd go to Google.
Or Twitter, Telegram, like.
Yes. Let's say it's negative news.
Negative news. Oh.
Let's say it's bad news.
Then it wouldn't be bad news with the volume. It could be sell volume.
Yeah, it could be sell.
But then you'd see negative like 50%. You'd also want to investigate. But yeah, that type of things, dude. When there's bad news in these crypto markets, it happens quick.
Yeah,
they'll dump quick because this is like 24-hour.
How are you monitoring, by the way? Is there
Telegram?
Okay, so Telegram, it's a decentralized WhatsApp kind of
encrypted. I don't think it's decentralized.
Oh, it's encrypted. Yeah. I thought it's running on.
That'd be cool.
It's not running on your individual. It's central servers.
That'd be cool. But the problem, and we'll get into this too, decentralized messaging apps. If they create those, it's going to be like really inefficient.
Yeah,
it's a cool idea, but It's too future for now.
Gotcha.
Because it'll be slow.
So you're in some Telegram groups.
Yeah, absolutely. I love Telegram groups. I think that it's a really good way to get news, and it's a good way to get news that's curated by somebody who knows what they're talking about, because a lot of times on the other end of that Telegram channel, there'll be just someone who's an enthusiast who's running it.
Yes.
And you can just download the Telegram app and then just search literally or crypto Telegram channels on Google.
Yeah.
And there's tons of little ones you can join, like crypto news, all these little things.
Crypto news is one you like?
Yeah. Look. I got a bunch of
pulling out the actual.
I'll pull out the little phone here for you guys, make it happen.
Are they here, by the way, Mel?
So I like
So here's some Telegram groups you guys can join.
You can go into Crypto Ping that tells you prices.
Crypto Ping is one. Yep. It's a Telegram group. It's a free app.
Yep. Altcoins channel. Which is crazy.
So you'll just start clicking around and be like, why the hell is the volume doubling on this?
Exactly. Or else you when big things happen, I'll get a notification from one of these billion Telegram channels. I mean, I literally joined as many as I could.
Yep.
So that I don't miss anything. I wake up with hundreds of notifications every morning, but it's well worth it.
Yeah.
And then obviously Twitter is huge.
Yes.
You go deep on Twitter, look into things. I mean, you can go so deep with these markets, because these markets are different than any other market really ever.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this is being driven off of like social sentiment and weird stuff like that. And dude, this is Bitcoin. Like I said, like Bitcoin, in my opinion, it was created as a money sucker to suck as much paper money out of the system as possible, right? So naturally, if this is an adoption curve, not a chart, and Bitcoin is designed to suck as much money out of the system as possible, then it will only continue to do so.
Yeah.
Because people are using it to store value. Like, remember 2 weeks ago in Zimbabwe, one Bitcoin was $14,000.
Yes.
Today here it's $16,000.
Yep.
So if I look at that, and people were paying $14,000 in Zimbabwe 2 weeks ago, and now it's a little bit above that here, I wonder what they're paying for it in Zimbabwe today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that
it's actually being used in countries, whether it be you've got Venezuela trying to come. What do you think of this? You think Venezuela's going to do it right, come out with their own cryptocurrencies?
I love that idea.
But do you think they're going to do it right, or is it going to be some central control?
Well, that's the thing.
Like Russia, it's the same kind of...
It depends on how they do it. It really all depends on how they do it. If it's a centrally governed crypto, then I don't see how it's a crypto at all.
Yeah.
Or a decentralized currency. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not going to be, I don't know.
It was going to be called the petrodollar.
I don't know what they're doing. Like if they find a way to not, if they find a way to let go of their personal goals and their goals for power, then maybe they can create something.
Yeah, good look on that. Get a dictator who's like 70. Hey, by the way, you want to change your whole personality?
Yeah, right? You want to change your whole personality and do something for the good of mankind and maybe give your people control of their money?
Mugabe, Kim Jong-un, you ready to change the world?
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to this. So let's say you see the volume's doubled on something you're trading, like Steam. It's gone from 11 million, it's 22 on good news. What are you doing?
Steam?
Let's say something like Steam.
It's taking a little run? Taking a little run up?
I'd
look into the news, or someone would look into the news, and they'd say, you know, this is taking a little bit of a run up, and you'd look at what the news was, and you would make an assessment at that time based on, you know, prior knowledge, or from, you know, for example, if you called me, you gave me a call and said, William, what do you think of this? You know, think about if that news is priced in. If
it's known enough, because this is different than the stock. There's the insider trading world that exists. The rules and regulations doesn't quite always apply.
And also, just the news doesn't pass quickly, right? Like,
because not enough people are in this.
It's on these Telegram channels, man. Like some obscure crypto news outlet will let out information, for example, like on IOTA's partnership with Observer or whatever, and it will come out on leak slowly off of that news site, slowly into the annals of mainstream media or whatever, but the people who are closest to the source, typically those on the Telegram channel who see it from the small cryptocurrency news outlet, are going to move their money in first. Yeah. And then it slowly will...
So let's see the new... Let's do a hypothetical. When do you buy? How do you trade it? You're doing it, you said, on which exchange?
Something just like Bittrex, Poloniex.
So, okay, you see the news and you're ready to trade. How quickly are you generally trying? What's an example? You got $1,000. trying to make more money relatively quick? What are you doing?
If it was me, I see the news, I just make my little trade, just kind of hang out, watch it. Don't get stressed out when you're trading, especially if you're trading a lot of money. You always want to keep a cool hand. And you don't think of the numbers that you see on the screen, even if they're red, like losses as money. Like, that's one thing I learned really was important.
You've been trading since you were 11. By the way, some of you are coming in late. William's here. He's recommended. He works with Brock Pierce. He's one at DNA. He works with DNA is Brock Pierce and what's the
Scott Walker and James Glasscock.
Yep. So these are the big whales out there in the game, and so he was nice. William was nice enough to come. He's been trading since he was 11. He's been recording for my paid certification program, and it's fascinating conversation. So we were talking about people are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a day trading this. What's a typical length of time?
For a trade? Mm-hmm. Well, there's a couple different trades you can do. Different people fit different profiles. I'd look at myself as a day or swing trader.
Yeah.
So a lot of my trades will last 10 minutes, 5 minutes, dude.
Yeah.
I'll do like 20 a day. You know?
So you're doing about 20 a day.
It depends.
It
depends
could
on
be
the day.
within hours.
If it's nuts, if the day's nuts, yeah, I'll be tooting around doing trades, making money on different fractions. If it's cents or fractions, just little dollars, and just taking money off the table, playing with it. Yeah.
So is your philosophy take your profits out?
Always.
So you take your profits out so that no matter what happens,
I'm still green.
Yeah. So for those of you, if you bought Bitcoin at 5,000 and it goes to 15,000, let's say, you could theoretically at least take 5,000 out. If you bought, let's say you bought one coin at $5,000 and it goes to 15 grand. Maybe take 7,000 out and leave the 8,000. What would you do? What's the ratio?
Personally, if it was and what I have done in the past and what I continue to do so is I always take the profit off the table. Always. And then I leave some money, or typically I'll leave what I started with. And I'll call that just my
so if you bought one coin at 5,000 Bitcoin, let's say, and it went to 15,000.
I would take off 10.
You take 10 and leave the 5.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And then do it all over.
Yep. What if it just went to, so devil's advocate, it's at 5, it goes to 6. So you take 1,000 out, right? Now it drops, let's not say Bitcoin, but the coin drops to 0. Now you only have $1,000. What about the philosophy of pull out the principal?
Well,
you're a little more.
This is speaking for myself. Yeah. I'm a nutcase, and
there's a lot of nutcases out there.
And I have done very well for myself trading the way I have. So I prefer.
So you're okay with this?
I pump money in.
Yes.
If it goes down.
By the way, for people asking if Bitcoin collapses, I will buy everybody's Bitcoin at 1 penny. If it collapses to 1 penny. Please call me.
Don't call William. BIP. I'll buy it for 0.01, man. I'll
double whatever he'll buy it
$5. for. I'll offer anything. I'll offer the best price. Or I'll split it.
By the way,
I'll split it with you.
We'll do
the deal together.
I read that North Korea is one of the largest miners of Bitcoin.
They're miners, dude. They're crazy over there. I wish that wasn't true, but hey, man, this is a decentralized thing. Anybody can get some skin in the game if they want to, regardless of you being a murderous dictator or not. And if you're watching this, Kim Jong-un, we don't like you in the United States, so I'll say what I want.
That's funny. You should go with Dennis Rodman in North Korea. Yeah. All right. There's a lot of people loving this talk. So this is episode 2 of my new podcast. Watch for it. My business.
I made $100K last month. See, boom.
There we go. Somebody made $100 grand. So I highly recommend for those of you who want to know more, go to tailopez.com/Bitcoin podcast. I've got a 60-day training program with the smartest guys in the world. People making 50 grand. You've made a pretty penny in your day.
I did well for myself. May or may not have allegedly done well for myself.
Everything's allegedly. But I highly recommend, look, don't invest. One of the things that we all agree here, Brock too, don't invest in what you don't understand. So if you see the potential in cryptocurrencies, whether it be Bitcoin, Ether, all of these, don't just jump in because everybody else is jumping in.
No.
Learn it.
Absolutely. Look at it for what it is, man. This is the democratization of the world economy.
Tony made $60,000 this month.
Good for you, Tony, man. Put it away. Put it away. Go get your mom a house.
That'd be a nice thing.
Yeah.
Someone said this podcast is a bit over my head. For those of you, if some of the stuff, we tried to talk about beginner, intermediate, and a little bit of advanced stuff, definitely go to tailopez.com/Bitcoin Bitcoin podcast, and he's teaching in there. You taught a very practical lesson. He did a screen share, just showing you, here's where he goes, here's how to buy on an exchange, all the basics, and then of course there's a lot more advanced stuff too. So
we can get into that on a later date.
Yeah.
Just let these guys take a bite out of what we gave them, and
Yeah.
man, this is an amazing time to be involved. And if you're here now, you're still early. You're not late at all. This is the beginning. This is only the beginning. This just started, man. As soon as Bitcoin hit $10,000, that was kind of the moment that we're calling it the Netscape moment. So welcome to the community if you're watching this now, and congratulations for watching it, because you're smarter than a lot of people in the world who aren't even paying attention yet, but they will be.
William, we're doing my second episode of my new Bitcoin podcast.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Is this the beginning? Could Bitcoin go to 1 million?
I think so. I'm not going to say exactly how I feel, but if I had to guess, I wouldn't bet against Bitcoin.
William's over at DNA with Brock Pierce, and so he's been a trader since he was 11 years old. Not in crypto since 11, but you've seen people making. We're here going live. There's people here making 50, 60,000 in a month, in a week, in a day.
No problem.
But
man.
you can lose money too.
They will lose it. You'll lose it.
Don't invest in what you don't understand. So, damn you fucking person. Oh, it cut off.
It's okay.
Hold on one second. Somebody called. Thank God it didn't lose it.
Mars, bitches, we're going to Mars. Yeah, man, Mars. Why the moon when you can go to Mars? Yeah, she said. Yeah, well, he's saying that's what he said. Yeah. He's going to Mars.
We're gonna go to Mars. He just taught a practical lesson on how to trade, what exchanges to use, how to do it. Go here to this link right here, and tailopez.com/Bitcoin. Don't miss this stuff. Most people, is it too late or too early?
Man, this is the beginning. I'm telling you, the Netscape moment happened at $10,000, and the world started paying attention. I was trying to tell people about this in 2012. They told me I was crazy.
At what, 60 cents?
Yeah, and now people are a little bit more receptive, we'll say. So if you're watching now, you're still early. Don't worry, it's all good. Just get some skin in the game, what you can afford to lose, and look at the technology for what it is, what it's worth, what it's going to do for the world. That's what really matters here. Is not making a bunch of money. It's looking at the greatest technology since the internet, possibly the greatest technology of all time.
Can you put the thing? All right, we're gonna wrap up here, my man.
Hey, dude.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
Help me give away this one. I'm gonna give this away.
All right.
Beats by Dre, Solo 2. That way you guys can listen to this.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so here I'm gonna ask you a question. What first person, or not the first person, but I'm gonna kind of go around. What's the fourth person to answer this question that I see? He was talking about a coin, a technology that Microsoft is using. What was the name of that coin? Dun, dun. This is kind of an advanced question.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, the best.
Okay, that's the first one we see. There's the second one I see. I'm gonna give Facebook a second and Instagram a second. Nope, not Litecoin. All right, that's the third person. Let's give this one. And then after this, we'll pick a winner. Facebook is such a lagging. You ever in any Facebook groups?
Some.
Yeah.
My brother uses Facebook a lot.
Yeah.
Those guys, they do some growth marketing for ICOs at a company called Theorem.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, no one's got. All right, let's go pick a winner. I'll let you pick anybody.
Man, that's tough. I gotta let you do it, Ty.
All right, tell me when to stop. Tell when to stop. We'll
Who
grab.
deserves it? It's hard to say. Mr. Woods Music. You look like a nice guy.
IOTA is the answer. Mr. Woods guy on Twitter. Yeah. That's awesome. We're gonna send you this Solo 2.
Yeah.
So you can listen to the podcast. The podcast isn't even out yet.
Yeah, man.
So by the time this is the live version. So
yeah. Awesome, man.
Talk to you soon.
And I want to come back and chat soon, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you recording everything. Thank you.
Man. Of course.
Thank you.